Good evening. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Movie Nuts, where the contestants are just a little bit nuts about movies. Each round will pit our teams against one another and test their knowledge on all things cinema. Now, let's meet those contestants. Now, can we introduce yourselves, guys?
How are you, Dane? I'm Philip, and this is Andrea.
Nice to meet you. And can you just tell us a bit about yourselves? Favourite films?
Favourite film? La La Land, very good one. Also Casablanca. Do you have any favourites?
I have the same ones as you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're just so
We're
alike.
so alike. Yeah, just
Okay.
kidding.
Thanks, guys. And team two,
Hi,
tell us about yourselves.
I'm Brody. This is Christopher. Second time on the show. Looking forward to it.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
A return contestant here for Brody. So, can you give us a little clue about what your favourite film might be?
Passions of the Christ is a personal favourite of mine, yes.
I'm going to be legally blunt.
There's some very interesting films there. A round of applause for team two. All right. Now, let's get stuck straight into it. You guys all know the rules. Come on. Now, for the first round, we start with a general knowledge questionnaire, and we'll just kick it off right away. So, question one. Hands on buzzers. Can we give them a test? Thank you. Now, question one. David Bowie starred in the 1976 film The Man Who Fell to what?
Earth.
Correct.
I could have guessed that.
Who was the composer for the 1960 film Psycho? Any ideas?
Not John Carpenter.
It was not John Carpenter, it was Bernard Herrmann. Thank you. And yes, rightly so. A round of applause. He's a wonderful composer. Now, question three. The 1960 film Psycho, little segue there, was remade in 1998 by Gus Van Sant under what title?
Psycho.
Correct! Thank you. Beautiful. Okay. Bend It Like Beckham, Goal 2, and Green Street Hooligans all revolve around which sport?
Well, it's debatable whether it's soccer or football.
I'll take either of those answers. That's completely correct. Great.
Damn it.
What was the name of Steven Spielberg's feature directorial debut? That's incorrect, unfortunately. It was Duel. I've got here. Duel.
We wouldn't have got it anyway.
Oh, yes. There's always opening it up to the other contestants, which I often forget about, but that's okay.
It's okay.
Walk the Line is a 2005 music biopic about which artist?
Fuck. You know it?
Johnny Cash?
Correct! It's Johnny Cash, of course. Jonathan Cash to all of his friends, but Johnny Cash, that's absolutely right. The 2018 movie Breath is based on a book by which Australian author?
Tim Winton?
Correct! It was
Yes.
Tim Winton. Wonderful author
Good job.
there.
At least we got one point. That's all we came for.
Good work. Now, I'll name the film, you name the war. Simple as that.
So was that the war?
I name the film, you give me the name of the war.
In the film?
It'll make sense. Saving Private Ryan.
World War II?
Correct. All Quiet on the Western Front.
World War One.
Correct.
Good film.
Gone with the Wind.
World War Two.
Wrong.
World War One.
No, it was the American Civil War.
Yeah.
A bit of a shame. And Kokoda?
World War One?
Wrong.
Vietnam War?
No,
Which war was it?
it was World War II. So good try. And the last one finally is Breaker Morant.
The Korean War.
No, it was
Vietnam?
No, it was the Boer War. So, very entertaining round there. In fact, I think that's the end of our general questions round. Shall we move on to round 2?
Yeah, we should.
Let's do it.
Beautiful.
Let's do it.
Declan, do we have any talk on the scores for that round?
So the scores right now is Team 1 is currently on 2.
Team 1 is on 2.
And our winning team at the moment is Team 2 on 5 points.
Team 2 on 5 points. Great.
This is so good.
Now, obviously, the winning team from the first round gets to pick the next category of questions. So what we have here, we've got a few questions. We have categories in animation, film score, art house, horror, Oscars, or charades.
David would like to lock in the Oscars.
Oh, beautiful. Now, these questions are open to both teams, of course. We'll just play as normal. Question. What is the only horror film to win Best Picture?
Silence of the Lambs.
Correct! What was Netflix's first ever Oscar win?
Oh, in what categories? I guess
Mm.
it was a documentary or something.
All categories.
Oh, is it Icarus?
It is Icarus. Well done, Brody.
That's great.
True or false, the film The Colour Purple was nominated for 11 Oscars and did not win one. True or false?
False.
Wrong. I'm going to open it up to the other side.
True.
Wrong. No, I'm joking. It's completely true. All right.
50-50, you know.
Which non-English country has the most Oscar nominations?
France.
Yes.
Nice.
Correct. Well done. Well done. Who is the tallest ever Oscar winner?
Well, it's not Danny DeVito.
Is it Ben
That's
Affleck?
correct. Ben Affleck. It's not Ben Affleck.
Oh, boy.
I'll open it up to the other side.
Oh. The guy from Big Fish.
Just say anyone. I don't know.
Say some. Just say one.
I will have to press you for an answer.
Very specific.
It was my main man, Ryan Gosling.
That's unfortunately not true. It's John Wayne,
Oh.
famously a huge man. What is the most profanity-laced film ever to be nominated for Best Picture?
Pulp Fiction?
No. I'll need to push you for an answer.
Reservoir Dogs?
It's not Reservoir Dogs, it is The Wolf of Wall Street. What was the first film in colour to win Best Picture? I'll give you a clue. It was involved in one of the earlier questions.
Psycho?
Everything?
Black and white.
Oh.
I'll have to take your answer there.
Silence
It's
of-
not Psycho.
Silence of the Lambs.
It's not Silence of the Lambs. We're talking the first ever film in colour, unfortunately.
War one?
It
I don't
is
remember any of that.
Gone with the Wind.
When was that mentioned?
When was that mentioned?
Yeah,
American
wall. In the wall category.
That was a trick question.
Mentioned in the war category, of course.
Was it?
Mo-
What was it mentioned?
Moving on. The only two actors to have won a posthumous Oscar are both Australian actors. Who are they?
Heath Ledger and
Chris.
We'll give you a point for Heath Ledger. And our second point for
She's
the
not
second
dead.
one.
Oh, that, oh.
they have to be dead, yeah.
They definitely have to be dead to win the posthumous award.
Sorry for.
Do you have anyone else that's dead that you know? or-
I think I know.
All right, I will open it up to the other team. We're
Yeah,
having some
do that.
serious thinking time
that
here.
help?
Guys, what do you reckon?
So Heath
that lovely?
Ledger.
Sorry?
And
Oh, I've seen this fact before. I just don't know. There's one that I didn't recognize.
could you give us a clue of the film?
No,
That, who's
because
on?
I don't know.
Network.
Network is the name
Oh,
of the
yeah,
film.
that guy. That's right. I had no idea who it was. The guy from Network.
All right. We'll stop this
Did
We get a
dribble
point.
drabble.
We'll take the
It
point.
was
get a point?
Yes, you get the point, but it was Peter Finch was the other man to have won the Oscar after his death. Name the person, who has won the most Oscar nominations for Australia. Ooh. Can we have some audience influence? Who got that one?
Team 1.
Team 1?
Team one.
Okay. We'll open it up.
I got nothing. I'm going to guess Mel Gibson.
That's not correct. We'll open it up over here.
Heath Ledger.
Are you talking actor or
Anyone?
Anyone?
Who's the guy that directed Mad Max? I'm not forgetting
I forget his name. Sorry, we're
All right. I'll tell you. It was
Russell
Kate
Crowe?
Blanchett.
Ah.
And shame on you for only guessing men. And the final question of the round: which 2016 film became only the third film in history to equal the most number of Oscar nominations?
La La Land.
La La Land is absolutely right. Thanks, guys. Well done. Beautiful work. Declan, have we got an update on those
Yeah,
scores?
we certainly do, mate. So Team 1 is on a total of 4 points.
Team 1 on 4 points.
And Team 2 is on a monstrous total of 9 points.
9 points.
We can catch up, Dane.
Okay,
I think we
they
can.
can catch up. There is still opportunity to catch up in the final round, which I'll allow this team to choose. Now, they're the same categories as before. Obviously, we can't have the same category. That would be ridiculous.
That would be silly.
So we've got animation, we've got film score, we've got art house, horror, or charades.
Can you just run through that one more time, please, Dan?
So, well, you did hear them, but we've got animation, film score, art house, horror, or charades.
Animation, please.
Animation. We're going animation. Fair enough.
Right.
Questions are open to both teams. The final round. What is Pixar's inside joke, which appears as an Easter egg in all of their films?
The yellow truck.
Afraid that's not what I've got on my cards. I can open it up to here.
I don't know either.
It's quite specific. It's quite
Nemo's in a few of them.
Ne-
I'm going to say something to do with Nemo. No,
It is a bit of a tricky one. I'll need to have a chat with our writers after this, but the answer is A113. It refers to the classroom number where Pixar's founders studied graphic design.
Lachlan.
We call that a joke.
Who wrote these questions?
I don't know. No. Anyway,
That's all right.
let's moving on. Question 2. What was the first CGI feature-length animation?
Toy Story.
That's absolutely right, Chris. Well done. And who won the very first Oscar for Best Animated Feature?
Snow White.
No.
Are we going off movie or does
Yeah.
it have to be a director?
No, it's the name of the film.
Name of the film
Yep.
for the best
Animated feature film.
was Finding Nemo.
Incorrect, unfortunately. It was Shrek.
Damn.
I need to clap there. Wrong answers, but that's fine. What are the names of the lead characters in DreamWorks' The Road to El Dorado? You've buzzed in. You will have to give me an answer.
I've never seen it.
I don't know.
Sam.
Sam is not one of them.
I'm gonna have to pass.
Okay, there's a pass from Team 2.
Spanish.
She's going to take it away. She
No,
knows.
it's Spanish, but I think.
It is Spanish.
It's Spanish.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Antonio.
That's the horse.
Close.
That's the horse. Isn't it?
One moment. It is Miguel and Tulio I've got here.
But the horse is Antonio.
Of course.
That's what I've got down here. Can only go off of that. What animated feature was named Worst Picture at the 2018 Razzies?
Was it the Emoji Movie?
It was the Emoji Movie. Great work, Phil. Great work. Who voices Melman the giraffe in the Madagascar series?
David Swimmer.
David
Swimmer.
Correct. I'll give it to you. It is David Schwimmer. Yes. Which animation studio created Wallace and Gromit? Wallace and Gromit. I'm talking the little clay man and his even smaller clay dog.
Oh.
Mmm. Waiting to hear that buzzer. We'll have to hurry you.
Yeah.
Here we go.
DreamWorks.
Incorrect, unfortunately. A pass from this team. It is Aardman Animation.
Oh, okay.
Aardman. Also famous for films such as Chicken Run and the Caveman one. Who directed Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Wes Anderson.
It is Wes Anderson. And how many hours of improvisational material did Robin Williams give Disney for Aladdin? I think that might have been team 2. Bring it over here. I'm going to bring it over here.
A lot?
A lot. It is a lot, but I will have to take a very specific numerical
13.
number. 13. Unfortunately, not 13.
Well, Dane, higher or lower?
Shall I give them higher or lower?
Yeah.
It's higher.
Higher. All right. Say a number on 3. 3, 2, 1, 18.
118.
Whoa. It's 16.
Did we get it right?
I could have been a bit more generous with the
Didn't
points
say
there, but I'm going to take them away from you. Great.
Confused.
No one gets points there, so that's a shame. And the final question,
Winner takes all.
the final question of the entire quiz. What year did Disney's Mulan get released?
1992.
Wrong.
8.
This is for the win.
1999.
Incorrect. So a bit of an anticlimax. It was 1998. Beautiful.
Can I get a point for being close?
No, I won't give you a point for that. But Declan, can we hear those final scores?
The final scores are Team 1,
For team 1,
a total of 6 points.
6 points.
Did you get 1 point?
6 points.
And the winners, Team 2,
Oh, you did get
on a
it.
total of 11 points.
Oh my goodness. 11 points, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. You'll be going home with these beautiful gifts and of course
Thank you.
a Hoyt's Greensboro voucher at the value of $11.50. So get excited for that, guys. Really well done.
Thanks, Jane. Thanks for having us.
And that's all for this week's show. Thank you so much for joining us on Movie Nuts. Next week we'll have brand new contestants and a brand new set of questions. But from us, that's all. Thank you.